When Liam signed the lease on his new apartment, he felt like things were finally turning around. It was cheap, quiet, and close to work, though the building was old and creaked like a ship at night. On his second day, while cleaning the bathroom, he found a dusty wooden photo frame wedged behind the sink cabinet. Inside it was an old black and white photograph of a little girl no older than 8. She wore a worn dress and stood in a forest, staring directly into the lens. Her eyes were large and unnervingly lifelike, intense, like she was aware of being watched. There was no name, no date, just that stare. He almost threw it out, but something stopped him. Instead, he slid it into the junk drawer in his kitchen and forgot about it. That night, around 2:45 a.m., he woke up to the sound of faint footsteps in the living room, deliberate and slow. He stayed in bed, frozen. Eventually, silence returned, and he told himself it must be the old floorboards settling. But the next morning, the photo frame was on the coffee table, face up. Liam frowned. He hadn't touched it. Trying to brush off the unease, he placed the frame back in the drawer and went about his day. But each night, the same thing happened. Quiet footsteps and the frame appearing in strange places, the couch, the dining table, once even beside his bed. What truly disturbed him wasn't just the movement. It was the photograph. Each night, the girl's expression changed slightly. First, her eyes looked to the left. Then her mouth curled at the corners. By the fourth night, she seemed to be smirking. Liam tried burning it in the fireplace, but the wood wouldn't catch. He smashed the frame and tore up the photo. That night, he dreamt of the girl, standing at the foot of his bed, whispering something he couldn't understand. He awoke in sweat. The next morning, the photo was back, perfectly whole, resting on his pillow. That was the last straw. He wrapped it in layers of cloth, locked it in a shoebox, and drove 40 minutes to a deep lake outside town. Without ceremony, he threw the box into the black water and left. Back home, things felt lighter, quieter for 2 days. On the third night, at 3:03 a.m., Liam's phone buzzed. He had a new text, one new photo message, no name, no number. The image was grainy. It was him sleeping in his bed. But in the background, just behind the curtain, was the girl. No longer a photograph, standing there, smiling. The next day, Liam didn't show up to work, or the next. When police entered his apartment a week later, they found everything untouched, except the bed, which was still neatly made. On the pillow lay the photo frame. The girl was still inside, but this time she wasn't alone. Now Liam was in the photo too, standing beside her.